Most of us have the Uber app. Now a concerning security flaw is being exposed. Hackers take control, fleecing passengers and drivers. One victim has spent months trying to get rid of the scammers and says Uber itself has been little help.
Probably a scam that might be affecting hundreds, if not thousands of others.
7 million Australians use the ride-sharing service Uber, but its security measures leave a lot to be desired.
This is 100 messages from Uber in just the last 30 minutes.
No help desk tries to help you this way.
Christina O'Neill is an Uber driver who's been hacked, but before our interview even starts, her app suddenly lights up. Message after message coming from within the Uber app. And it's been happening to her and husband John for months.
Can't sleep.
So these hackers right now are still in the Uber app, in your account, and are pretending to be Uber messaging, bombarding you with messages.
Exactly. This is the most intense bombardment we've had.
It started 3 months ago. Christina was frozen out of her account when a man called her on the phone claiming he worked for Uber and could help fix the problem.
He seemed very credible because he had full access to not only make changes to the internal account balance in the app, but had full visibility of all of the communications that were happening inside the app, so we thought he was legitimate.
The hacker went by the name Frank Osman, later contacting Christina via the Telegram messaging app and even an Australian mobile number too.
How many messages are there in here with this Frank Osman character?
Hundreds and hundreds.
Initially trying to help, but he wasn't really from Uber.
The tone goes from, helpful to frustrated to then threatening, as well as highly inappropriate.
The most concerning part is that Frank Osman could see all the details inside Christina's app, her balances, even the names of Uber support staff assisting her.
We have been hounded really by this hacker.
What impact has this all been having on you?
Very stressful, and I have no money.
Almost $5,000 of her hard-earned pay was frozen. Uber doesn't have any hotline to call when you've been hacked. The in-app support advised Christina needed to rebuild her account from scratch. New email, new criminal safety checks, but it still didn't resolve the issue.
Completely rebuilt the account a number of occasions, only to have the hacker go in and take full control again.
What do you think that says about Uber's security?
I'm flummoxed. I mean, I don't know how you could run a company this way. There seems to be zero regard for the integrity of their systems.
We got to see for ourselves that hackers appear to still have access inside her Uber account. Attempts to even speak with a human by phone about this major security flaw have been impossible.
The company Uber itself clearly has no regard for the support or welfare of its drivers, but it doesn't even seem to really have any regard for the fact that its own systems have been severely compromised. It's been startling.
An Uber spokesperson said in a statement,
"We have a dedicated response team trained specifically to handle reports of accounts being compromised. If a user notices suspicious activity on their account, we encourage them to change their account password immediately and also check that their email accounts and mobile numbers have not been compromised."
If this was Qantas, if this was Commonwealth Bank, God forbid if it was even Optus, the response that you'd get from any of those companies would be, massive. This company couldn't care less.
And it's not just drivers, passengers are being hacked too.
Straight away the alarm bells were going off and I thought, what do I do?
Shane Boswell was at his Adelaide home when suddenly his Uber app lit up with fares he wasn't booking. The total damage bill, $1,230.
All the trips, strangely enough, were around $196 to $198. They paid the driver each occasion a $49 tip.
He later realised his account had been compromised 12 days earlier when booking a fare in Adelaide, and his driver called him asking for a PIN code.
How would he know I've simply just booked an Uber? So I went ahead and gave the code, not thinking anything of it. Then he cancelled the trip. I thought that was odd.
Uber brought in PIN codes as an additional safety feature 5 years ago. They're now being exploited by hackers to access your account and credit card details.
I was blown away the fact that, A, how did they know I'd simply just booked the Uber? The code came through. To me, it seemed legit.
I've been hacked by the same scam, sending a code to a driver I'd booked here in Brisbane. A few weeks later, hackers tried booking $1,000 fares in Fort Worth, Texas. Dealing with Uber support was a nightmare. There's no chance of speaking to anyone on the phone. Eventually, they told me for my account to be secure, I'd need a completely new device.
Yeah, I think it's pretty poor. It's probably exposes a bit of a hole in the system that many people would not be aware of. I certainly wasn't. Shane
says it took more than 100 emails with Uber and his bank to secure a $1,026 refund, leaving him $205 out of pocket. A slap in the face from a company with over $3 billion in Australian revenue last year.
Use some of that money and engage a customer service team so people can have verbal contact and immediate support, particularly within Australia as well.
Is this the sort of company that we want operating in our country in this manner? I don't think we do.
It is disgraceful, isn't it? And since we spoke to Christina, she's got most of her earnings back, but $1,300 is still frozen. The hackers are still in her account. Up next...